Behind every legend, there is data, not just the highlight goals or the viral clips, but numbers that reveal why greatness happens. Today, we're going inside football analytics to see how it works and how clubs use it, how players live by it, and even how you, the fan, can start thinking like a manager. By the end of this video, you'll never look at stats the same way again. So let's start with the basics. What is football analytics? At its core, analytics means taking the chaos of football and breaking it into patterns. Expected goals, or XG, is one of the most powerful tools. It measures the probability of a shot becoming a goal. A tap-in might have an XG of 0.8, while a 30-yard rocket could be 0.03. Over time, this tells you whether a player is clinical or wasteful, lucky or truly elite. Then you've got heat maps. These show where a player spends most of their time on the pitch. Look at Messi's heat map. It's not just in the box, it's drifting deep, pulling strings, dictating play. Compare that to Cristiano Ronaldo's heat map in his prime, always lurking in the penalty area, waiting to strike. Different maps, different philosophies, and passing networks. That's how we map chemistry. You can literally see which players connect most, who's central to the build-up, and who's being ignored. For managers, these aren't just colorful graphics. They're blueprints to winning. Think about it this way. Old school coaches scribbled notes about who played well. Modern analysts can quantify every touch, every sprint, every pass. The difference between note-taking and analytics is like comparing a paper map to Google Maps. Both can guide you, but one updates in real time, shows traffic, and predicts your arrival to the minute. Analytics isn't just about knowing, it's about using, and the best clubs weaponize it. Take Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. They didn't just scout players the old way, they hired a team of data scientists. They used analytics to spot undervalued gems. Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and even Andy Robertson. Salah's XG buildup at Roma was off the charts. He was consistently getting into dangerous spaces, even when his finishing looked inconsistent. Liverpool read the numbers, and the gamble paid off. Those stats turned into goals, and those goals turned into trophies. Then there's Brentford, a club with a fraction of the budget of giants like Chelsea or Manchester United. Yet they climbed to the Premier League using a Moneyball strategy, spotting players like Neil Maupay, Ollie Watkins, and Said Benrahma before anyone else. They weren't just lucky, they were reading the data others ignored. Watkins, for example, had an unusually high shot conversion rate from central positions in the championship. Brentford bought him cheap. Aston Villa later paid big. Brighton is another perfect case. They sold stars like Ben White and Mark Cucurella for massive fees because their analytics department had already lined up replacements. Moises Caicedo and Alexis McAllister were identified years before the world noticed. Brighton turned data into both survival and profit. This is the magic of analytics. Small clubs using big data to punch above their weight. They don't need 10 scouts at every match. They just need the right data set. And here's the scary part. If your club isn't doing this, they're already behind. Now let's make this real with players you know. Kevin De Bruyne, the king of passing. His maps look like a spiderweb. Diagonal balls, cutbacks, line-breaking passes everywhere. But here's the stat that matters. Progressive passes completed per 90. He doesn't just pass sideways. He passes forward, under pressure, into danger zones. That's why City looks like a machine when he's on the pitch. Then there's Erling Haaland. Some critics say he barely touches the ball, but look at his XG per 90. It's absurd. He positions himself for chance after chance. It's why even if he has 10 quiet touches, 2 of them might end up in the back of the net. Analytics doesn't say he's lazy. It says he's efficient. On defense, N'Golo Kanté. His interception maps glow across the midfield, but numbers tell you more. He averages nearly twice as many recoveries as most midfielders in Europe. And it's not random. It's his positioning, his reading of the game. Analytics prove what your eyes already believe. He's everywhere at once. And let's add Marcus Rashford. His sprint data shows he accelerates into space more than almost any forward in the Premier League. His analytics reveal why he's such a threat in transitions. Coaches know, give him green grass to run into, and the numbers say he'll punish you. So here's the real twist. How can you, the fan, use analytics? If you play Fantasy Premier League, numbers are gold. Expected assists, expected goals. They tell you who's about to explode. Competent managers pick players before they score because the stats show the storm is coming. Ignore the hype, follow the data. If you bet on games, analytics is your hidden edge. Don't just look at results, look at performance. A team might be winning, but constantly underperforming their XG. That's not sustainable. Sooner or later, the bubble bursts. Analytics can tell you when. And then there's YouTube. Creators breaking down tactics with visuals, heat maps, and passing charts. They're teaching fans to see what managers see. They're not guessing, they're proving. That's why we built FTG Intel, a toolkit for fans to decode football, a simplified data playbook so you can think like a manager, argue like an analyst, and enjoy the game with deeper insight. From fantasy picks to tactical debates, it's your secret weapon. So, where's this all going? The future's wild. Artificial intelligence is already predicting outcomes, not just from goals, but from positioning, body shape, and fatigue levels. Imagine a model that knows a striker is about to miss before he even kicks the ball. That's where we're heading. Wearable trackers are another frontier. Every sprint, every deceleration, every heartbeat is measured. Coaches know when to substitute, even when a player doesn't. Injuries predicted before they happen. And VR training? Already here. Players put on headsets and simulate defenders pressing at full speed. Their decision-making improves in real time because the data feeds their reflexes. Some clubs are even experimenting with augmented reality for scouting, overlaying live data feeds onto real-time footage. In 10 years, we won't just analyze football. We'll simulate it, predict it, maybe even live it before it happens. So now it's your turn. Which stat blows your mind the most? Haaland's absurd XG numbers? De Bruyne's passing spiderweb? Kanté's endless recoveries? Rashford's lightning sprints? Drop your answer in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And if you want to think like a manager, not just a fan, hit subscribe because the game is changing and the smartest fans are already ahead of the curve. Let's go.